Hey guys, MRG here with episode 27 of my Bloodborne Let's Play. So, I kind of fixed the green screen. If you see my face right now, which you, like right there where my hand is, you can see a little bit of fuzz. That's as good as it's gonna get. It basically looked like green static, like TV static. I don't understand why it does it. It worked perfectly fine the first couple weeks, but then went to shit. But I'm gonna stop complaining about it because it's been like 2 straight weeks of me bitching, so let's just move on. Anyway, in this episode we're gonna finish off the Unseen Village, and I do want to do a lot of off-screen grinding. I haven't done it yet, but I do want to get my level up quite a bit before we fight that really tough dude at the Grand Cathedral. So we're gonna head to, I don't think we go here yet now. So, the chapel. So, sorry about the weird lighting, like, this side of my face is hit by the natural sunlight from my window, and then this side of my face is hit by a lantern I have set up right behind my camera for my green screen, and my other lamp right there. So, yeah, you can see the static. This is as low as I got it. You don't really see it when there's a lot of stuff going on screen, but when it's dark you'll see it. It gets a lot worse. So if it turns solid green, then I'm going to have to quickly get my old green screen set up, which I just drape it over my new one. I don't want to get rid of this thing. Like, it cost a lot of money and I'm not giving up on it, but in the case I need, just in case if I need to, I might need to get like a, since I promised this one to my old one to my friend, which I'm still going to keep that promise, of course, I'm going to have to get like a really cheap green screen from like Walmart or something to drape over the new one. I contacted the guys, the manufacturer of the green screen, and says like, oh, the PS camera can only pick up like a certain color of green, and I'm just like, but I've seen people use different colored green screens before, like different shades of green. I mean, like, mine should work perfectly fine, you know? What's the difference? Yeah, it's more of a, I'd say more of a kiwi green rather than like a dark lime green, but like, still. They also said wear contrasted colors, so that's why I'm wearing red. This is also one of my favorite shirts, so I'm fine with it. Downside, it's kind of warm where I am right now, and this is a long sleeve, so I'm going to be sweating my balls off this whole time. Excuse me, I just wanted to get in a more natural posture, you know. That is starting to kind of cramp my back. Alright. So, if you guys remember from last episode, I had to cut the video short because something came up and I couldn't really cancel or continue recording. And we were making our way through the Unseen Village. I grabbed a few items and defeated 3 hunter dudes, which, yeah, I kind of cheesed them, but at the same time, this isn't like a super serious Let's Play. That's a new enemy we're going to fight in a minute. Excuse me. A lot of burp. So in this episode, we're going to wrap up the Unseen Village. This area is kind of confusing. There's a whole new section that opened up. Oh wow, Bill Lady. I forgot she existed here. I am a dum-dum, but good to know that she was there, so I killed her. Bill Ringer, I mean. I just gotta say, like, besides last episode, which is called, like, Undead Scourge, my episode titles were spot on, man. Rom-com, which was kind of just like a funny play on words on rom, the vacuous spider, plus com, which is usually the short way of saying romantic comedy. I just had to do it. It was like, I thought about when I was fighting rom, and it was like, okay, that's a good name. And then the episode after that, where we encountered the Bill Guardian, Bill Guardian actually sounds much better, but I think that's actually an enemy from Dark Souls. The Bell Ringers, I named it To Whom the Bell Tolls, and that's a Metallica song, which I don't think I've ever heard the song, but like, I thought that name was fantastic, so I went with it. I need to listen to the song. Maybe I have listened to it, but it's been years. I don't really listen to Metallica, to be honest. Not that I don't like them, it just... I'm not really into rock and roll that heavily. Which actually isn't true, because I love rock and roll. My dad is a crazy rock and roll nut. Like, he listens to so much of that. He listened to that music and, like... on the radio, it's either 1077 The Bone or some other really cool rock and roll station. As a kid, like driving around in his car and stuff. Yeah, I'm not complaining. A lot of that music, that rock and roll music, is fantastic. Did I just answer my own, like, did I reply to my own statement? I guess it's not really a statement, but you get the point. So as you can see, that cabin is kind of moving. I believe we could jump on top of it. Yes. So what would happen is, oh, that dude's coming after us. I forgot the name of these dudes, but I'll talk about it once we're not dealing with one. I think they're weak to fire, so. I think they're called Crypt followers or something like that. This guy jumps out at you, which, for the first time I'm playing this game and getting in this area, oh shit! Coming in this area, like, that scared the piss out of me. So it's really rare, but they do have a grab attack, which they basically eat you. Like, they put you into their, wherever their mouth is, and I think it's an instant kill, pretty much. Something with tons of heads. I'm surprised you didn't notice I was behind you. Oh wait, no eyeballs. Never mind. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the only area these appear in. I don't think they're even in the Chalice dungeons, at least the part of the Chalice dungeons I do. I stagger lock the shit out of him. Jeez. And I don't think they're guarding anything. They're just that shit of thing. This could burn you, by the way. And one thing I like about that is you can get those things to walk into that. So if you want a little help, you could just try doing that. Seems like a good place for a secret, but this is an area that has some items when we first visited, so I already got those. Yeah, this side has nothing really. There's a gate right there, but I don't think you can open that. No, that's just environmental. Okay. It, like, by the way, it lit up and, like, was glowing compared to the rest of the area. Like, I thought that was something you can do. Another one of the Crypt dudes. I'm gonna fire paper up. And real quick, since I finally have a moment, I can tell you guys their names. I almost closed out of a web page I was using. Cramped Casket. That is a creepy ass name. Cramped Casket? They have 864 HP and drop just over 1,000 blood echoes. Honestly, if you have fire paper and, like, don't mind grinding up these guys, that's good blood echoes, but I think the executioners from the Hemwick Lane drop more, so I would just go with those guys. We'll go in there in a minute. Actually, I think that's... Never mind. That's the, that first lantern we went to when we came here a while ago. Here's the note. Beheld the pale blood sky, and that's what it meant by pale blood sky. This is the pale blood moon phase of the hunt. Let me get out of here before we get smacked up. Okay, come on, bub. There you go. Sorry, I had a mustache itch. I need to trim this, by the way. This is getting a little ugly. Moving on. So that's the new area that opens up once you come here for the second visit, I guess. Another thing that makes you think, oh, you could go in here for sure, but it's just environmental shit. Excuse me, I had like a weird fuzz in my throat. Okay. So this next section is a bit tough. These cramped crypt guys now have the ability to shoot these like spikes at you, and they hurt quite a bit. You could get pretty much stagger locked by them too, so be very, very careful. So we're going to be coming in here, and as you can see, that's the blood spike I was talking about. Reminds me of the Necromancer from Diablo 3, not gonna lie. You know, I'm really tempted to do a second attempt on that Let's Play, because like it's been a couple years since I did, and the Necromancer is a class I really like. Though I'm not confirming anything. I do like Diablo, but to be honest, after playing it so many times, I kind of got bored of it. There's a Crypt people behind me, isn't there? I'm just gonna fire paper up so I'll get better. Okay, let's get out of this situation before I get fucked. If you guys are wondering what these guys' names are, these enemies' name are, it's pretty much just Scourge Beast still. It's called the Skeletal Scourge Beast. But I think that's unofficial. It's basically just a Scourge Beast, but with more fleshy bits. Which kind of sucks, because I honestly thought it was its own enemy, because to me, I thought it was just like a bunch of human body parts, or body parts in general, all mixed together into like a form of a Scourge Beast, and I thought that was a lot creepier and a lot cooler than what it actually is, which is basically just a rotted Scourge Beast. Yeah, no, really gruesome, but I mean that would have been badass. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourselves. Ow. Real quick, let's turn this on because I can have a little bit of some vision. How do you like that booty smack, boy? Yeah, that's their one fatal weakness, is their butts are pretty much... This is a bunch of body parts combined. What the hell? Its tail is literally a human leg. Yeah, no, this is kind of one of those games that is... Visually, it's really disgusting and just dark and cringy. Like, you feel like you have to take a freaking shower every time you play this game. But regardless, I love this game a lot, and that's why I Let's Played it. But I'll talk about what I think about this game more later. I mean, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be Let's Playing it. Let's just put it that way. Alright, this is where I wanted to go. This will take you to another part of the area. $14 minutes. Got a message, but I'll check it out later. So the reason why I came up here through that bath is because there is actually another bell ringer around this area that summons shit, and the only way to access it is by coming up this way. Also, Wandering Nightmare, which I totally forgot existed. If I could hit it! Jesus Christ. I see it, don't worry. Man, this one has a lot of HP. I'm just gonna call them, Zombie Beast. Oh god, the green screen thing is getting worse. No. Skeletons are fine. I'll call them skeletons, or skull beasts. But then again, those are what those Wandering Nightmares I usually call them, so... Sorry about the green screen shit, like, I promise I will fix it. It will fix itself eventually, I hope. I really don't want to break my promise to one of my friends on that thing where I said, like, yeah, I'm going to give him my old one just because I don't really need it anymore. I'm not going to break that promise. Anyway. Oh, this puts us back right here. You turd. And that puts us back in the shortcut. Which I forgot about last episode. Jesus Christ. Hopefully that portal doesn't spawn the enemies back. No, they don't. There would be one crawling up the stairs, and there would be mass right there. These guys respawn. So, I thought I was going to finish this area up this episode, but I don't think I'll be able to. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but that's how things are, I guess. These guys respawn because the bell ringers are what spawns them. There, bell ringer out of the way. We now have pretty easy access to this area now. So I was wrong. Apparently I kind of went the long way. The other one we went to was actually the shortcut that I was thinking of, and yeah, well, kind of screwed up there, but regardless, let's just move on. Used to Code Vein, but at least I'm getting the controls kind of right here. Yeah, so through that archway right there is the boss arena, but there's still a couple things we can do, I guess. Most importantly, I want to finish up this area and hopefully get another shortcut before we deal with that, because though the boss isn't that hard, it's one of the easier bosses in this game, despite it being technically a late game boss. I do want to, spend my blood echoes and wrap up this area first, get the items and whatnot. Fire Paper is going to be pretty much essential here. I'm glad I got the controls right now. Like, I screwed up quite a bit the last 2 episodes because I was... Jesus Christ. I was used to the Code Vein controls. I was thinking, like, oh, you know what? I might switch the controls around so I have the same control scheme as Bloodborne, but unfortunately there was a few few little things I can update. Switch, I mean. Camera, if you wouldn't mind. Let's fight this thing over this way so we don't get spiked to death. Jesus Christ, why are you so fucking fast? Honestly, I didn't mean to fire paper there. I did that thing where I kind of... Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen that Bloodstone before. Or Jim. Moving on. But it still worked out in my favor, so... And I did get mixed up with the controls again slightly there. I pressed square because that's the light attack button on the thing. Okay. Very funny. Oh, very funny. Ha ha. You hit me from behind. Uh-huh. It's not really behind, but whatever. Alright. Okay, look. So real quick, let me look up the information of this dude. Oddly weak to bolt, I guess. Well, I guess the elemental resistances are both pretty low. So, bolt paper will do the trick. I might do it, because honestly, this boss... It could be a pain in the butt, but it's not the hardest boss. That being said, in terms of HP, this is the strongest boss we have fought to this point. With a whopping 10,000. So it's our first 5-digit HP boss. And there's a gimmick in this boss fight that can make it... Oh wow, there's a summon right here? You know what, I'm doing it because even though we'll give it more HP, we're going to have 2 people at once going at this boss. And hopefully the guy can survive for the unofficial first phase of the fight. I just hope it doesn't screw me in the end. If I do die to this boss, then I'm not gonna summon that dude again. What's up, Defector? Looks like he has... Oh, the Church Pike. Nice. That's a good weapon. That's a DLC one, I believe. It is... Actually, it might be skill-based. I don't remember. Anyway, this is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. So, the One Reborn, ow, if I may speak for more than a half second before I get smacked by a corpse. It has a weird gimmick. Basically, those veil ladies that we saw, you need to go up here and kill them. There are 6 total, 3 on each side. Just walk up to them and whack them a few times. trust me, you want to kill them, because these ladies can heal the boss and shoot a bunch of energy blasts at you, which could be a pain. There's also some Quicksilver right here. So quickly run around the perimeter of the map and kill these 6 ladies, and then the boss is pretty much easy game from there. Man, Antol's doing some work. And then just go nuts. So its main weakness is the regular body torso up there, but you can hit the leg section down here for pretty easy damage. So this is why I honestly wasn't really worried about this boss. You can't really do much to you once those Bell ladies are done. He's just kind of a damage sponge. Please get up. Nice work, Antol. Dude, he's dead. There you go. That's funny. That is funny. Alright. So up there leads to the next area in the game. We'll do that pretty soon, but I'm gonna head back to Hunter's Dream because we're pretty much done with this area. So, Unseen Village is now done. I honestly thought I was going to have to split it up, but I am very surprised that that wasn't the case. This will be the end of this video, though. 27 minutes is a good timing. I don't know if I don't know what I'm doing next episode. I don't really want to start the next area yet. For a second there, I thought I had a weird rash on my leg, but it's just the texture of my pants. I guess what I'm going to do is first grab some food. Some cereal will help fuel me for the rest of the day. I'm going to grind up. I want to do a lot of grinding because I want to get my level up quite a bit. I do want to take on that dude before it gets too late, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing is grinding up and getting the items I need for taking that dude on.
I must have drift. What is it you desire? Very well.
So we got 2 levels. Let's do both in Vitality. I want to get that up to 35, and that's where we're going to keep it for a little while. I want to get that to 40, which sounds like a lot, but that's kind of where I like putting that. And then we'll focus on the rest of the stats after that. 35 is pretty good, though, so that's kind of why I wanted to get that, be a little more tankier. And I also want to see how many moon runs we have. Just one, damn it. We're going to be getting more of those in a moment, within the next few episodes, so it's not a bad thing, I guess, but still. Okay, which one am I? I guess I haven't really been doing a lot of visceral attacks lately, so we'll equip this instead of that. I thought that was going to be good, but I never used it. Anyway. So yeah, that will be the end of the video now. I'm going to be figuring out what I want to go, where I want to go next. That's the next area. Shit. That's the case. I need to prepare. So next episode, we're going to be starting the final piece of the Cathedral Ward area. I thought about doing the, we might do the Grand Cathedral guide, but for the most part, I do want to get that area finished off, and that's what this list recommends, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of nervous because that area has one of the hardest optional bosses in the game. Let me think. Well, besides the DLC, it is what I consider the hardest optional boss in the game. Personally. But we'll deal with that when we get to that. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Well, not in a few, but like probably half hour. Peace out.